Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Papa Penny. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. So, like I said, last night was Jay Z's third night at Yankee Stadium, extra innings. Um, I was able to watch everything through a live stream. So, first, I want to say, man, it was a great, great, great concert. Brought up so many guests that we'll get into, but we got to address the elephant in the room, and that was the 3 hour delay. I follow a few people who were at the show, and they said everybody was stuck. Nobody could get in, from celebrities to obviously fans with tickets. I saw them put out a post stating, "Hey, we're expecting um, a large amount of people, so get there early." They said show starts at 8, and but doors will open at 6 p.m. Um, Obviously that didn't happen. I guess I don't know what. Well, no, I do know what was the issue, but they showed a video of apparently fans rushed the one of the entrance gates and one of the doors, and it caused a big delay, security delay. I don't know if they had to get everybody out who was already in or what, but I wanted to show some of the videos that I saw circulating online.
So this was the scene last night outside Yankee
Yeah, it was
Stadium.
crazy.
Thousands of frustrated fans standing around for hours, waiting to be let into Jay-Z's extra innings show, which was supposed to kick off at 8 p.m., but didn't get started until after midnight.
So damn, it's supposed to start at 8 p.m. Didn't get started till after midnight. It's 4 hours. People were standing outside. Let's see. Let's see what else.
Why? Well, Jay-Z's team says hundreds of people without tickets tried storming the gates and pushing past
Yep.
security, so officials had to shut down every entrance at the stadium for everyone's safety. When Jay-Z finally hit the stage, he apologized to the crowd, saying,
It was like 10,000 people outside,
Yeah.
and they closed all the doors. So somebody rushed the door, and they closed the door for you guys' safety and everybody's safety outside. There's 10,000 people outside. I don't want to stop music. People get trampled. So I know.
Yeah. So obviously, I mean, that's a good reason to start to stop the show. But damn, 4 hours? Like, I don't know how many people got in from that video. It looked like I saw another video that was going at least maybe like a few
without
hundred people,
tickets,
maybe.
tried storming the gates
Um,
and pushing past security, so officials had to
that's
shut down
crazy. And
every.
obviously, after the tragedy that occurred at the Astro World concert, a lot of these artists are now being very, very careful in the manner of how they, do their shows. And obviously, back then it was, a lot of the artists would say, "Hey, get crazy, go wild," and stuff like that. But you gotta be careful with what you say now because litigation. And if somebody gets hurt and somebody wants to sue, they can because they have footage of you saying go crazy, let's do this, let's do that. So a lot of artists now are checking on the fan, which is good because nobody wants to get hurt. You're there at a concert, you're there to have fun. You're not there to get trampled, you're not there to get killed, you're not there to get beat up or anything like that. So a lot of artists now are taking that precaution of, hey, nope, security, let's make sure everything's good. Obviously, this is the third night. So, and they already put out a post ahead saying, hey, there's going to be a bunch of people here. It's going to be a bunch of people. So we need to make sure that, everything's safe. People rush the door. Jay-Z says, 10,000 people outside. So causes the real delay. There was some videos going around of like all the people that was stuck outside. I mean, I saw videos of ASAP Rocky stuck, Pusha T. Um, I'm a Joe Budden podcast fan. I know Ice from the Joe Budden podcast was live tweeting. Who else? Parks was live tweeting, and they were like, "Hey, man, we're stuck. We can't get in." And I know the show ended pretty late because I was up late watching it on the live stream. So, like they put a halt. Nobody could get in. Nobody could get in, and that's just the way it was. And they said people got in after midnight. So just imagine that, you're out coming to a concert, you're in New York, you're in the Bronx, and you're stuck outside standing for 4 hours. That's a long time. It's a very long time to be outside with people. You don't know what's going on. Unfortunately, we live in a society where people like to do harmful things to other people. So you worry about your safety, where you have kids there, or whatever. I did see A$AP Rocky holding this child. Now, obviously, A$AP Rocky is a high-profile figure, so of course he's going to have security with him. But still, he's holding a little baby. He's thinking like, man, this is very dangerous, because you never know like what could happen. But thankfully, from what I hear, I didn't hear any injuries or anything like that. Besides the waiting, everybody was able to get in who purchased a ticket a little after midnight. So then the concert started. Well, let's go. And Jay-Z had this night was packed full of people. This night was packed full of people. First person he had come out. Let's look at this real quick. Bring it to the stage. So he has the Snowman. The Snowman makes the summertime visit. Jeezy comes out. Looking at Billboard, when the news started to circulate that Jeezy had canceled the Sunday night show for his ongoing The Legend of the Snowman Las Vegas residency, social media immediately convinced itself that South Carolina MC will be making a surprise appearance at Extra Innings. And yes, they were right. So him and Hove performed Seen It All. A song I like. But yeah, it started off lit. Jay-Z brought out Jeezy, and the fans were obviously happy. Jeezy's been doing this residency in Las Vegas, and that's something that's been very, very right now. I want to show a little. Yeah.
Yo, make some noise for the guy home in the building.
So that's them dapping up. Great show. Great start off. Great start off. Then he pops out with Usher. Usher comes out. Crowd goes crazy, of course. Remember, this is Extra Innings, so this is night 3. So he's bringing all the punches. Usher does his thing. They perform hard. I think Usher sings a hook for him, and then Usher gets into one of his songs from Confessions. After that, he had a bunch of people come out. I'm trying to get everything here. Talked about it's a 4-hour delay. Let's get on the big news. Rihanna comes out. And after she's done, she says, I miss this shit. I love you guys. Now, Rihanna is everybody's been waiting for her to come back. Everybody's waiting for her to drop an album. There's been a secret album maybe that she's coming out with. I don't know. I don't think so. Rihanna is she's big. She's huge, man. And music is big, but once you start making so much money outside of music, from what I hear, it's very hard to go back, especially when you got to deal with certain fans and what they may think and their expectations on certain things. And some artists just don't want to deal with that and just like, look, she's worth over $1 billion, I think. Let's see, Rihanna net worth. I'm not gonna pocket watch too much. We'll go on celebritynetwork.com. I don't know how accurate this is, y'all. But it says she worth over about $1.4 billion. It's a good amount of money, large amount of money. So she's worth over $1 billion. She has children. It's hard to ask someone, especially a mother and a father, but to go on the road and go to all these tours and deal with that headache when, not being with your children or your young child, to go tour. That's a lot to ask, especially from somebody like Rihanna, who's already established, who's already a legend in the music game. And it's not like she's up and coming. people that are up and coming, it makes more sense because you're trying to establish your legacy. So that makes more sense. But Rihanna, who's already established, what has she got to prove? She ain't got nothing to prove. So it's like, what's the point? But this is just not where I'm at right now. Got kids. No, I don't want to go tour. I don't want. She probably still enjoys making music, but as far as like working a record, I don't think she's just in a rush to do that. But let's watch some of her performance. The crowd goes crazy when she comes out. Run This Town, one of my favorite Hove records and Rihanna records, and Kanye records. I think the crowd already knew at that point, like, oh, we already know what's coming.
Come on, baby. Come on. Where is she?
And right there, once I heard that part, I'm like, that sounds live. That's not a playback. That's live. She's here. She's about to walk out. Boom. There she is. So, man, the crowd goes crazy. Rihanna comes out, performs. Who's going to run this town? Crowd's lit. You can already hear them. You outside the stadium, you miles away, you hear the crowd go crazy. You already know what's going on. So obviously, if you know the history of Rihanna, she has a peculiar history with Roc Nation and Jay-Z. They brought her to Jay-Z when she was around 16, 17. And I believe she was working on some demos and she had Poem to Replay. And that was a big, big deal. I know Hove at the moment was like, it's a new artist. This song's a big song. I don't know if it's going to go too well, but the record worked out great. And she worked out great with that song. And the rest is history from there. Well, let's fast forward. I haven't seen a lot of Rihanna performances. I'm not going to nitpick it, but it looks like she's walking around like she's just gathering everything. She's a pro, so. Yeah, I heard it from her. She said she missed it. Do I believe her? No, I think she does miss it a little bit. But I think right there, she might be like, all right, I'm good for a while. You know what I'm saying? It's in New York. She don't have to travel far. A$AP Rocky, her partner's from New York as well. So it's not like she's going to South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, California, and going on a tour. I think she's good right where she is. But that was a huge point of the night. Huge point of the night. I remember, obviously, she did the Super Bowl. That was a big deal. Great performance there as well. I know she was pregnant during her performance, so kudos to her, putting on a great performance during that time. But yeah, I mean, night 3 was just full of surprises, full of surprises. Another thing I'm looking at, and I think the live cut out a little bit before I got to Pharrell. I saw that the clips came out. They brought the clips out. That part was cool. They performed Grinding. Pharrell came out. Now we got to get to the controversy. Apparently he sent some shots. I'm looking at Billboard here. After Pharrell joined Jay for a second consecutive night, Blah blah blah. He poked the bear. Now the bear cut his hair, and he got on his helmet. Now he about to go to war. I hope you kill all them niggas. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Well, if you don't know, Pharrell and Drake have not seen eye to eye. Drake has mentioned this in a few songs. I know he mentioned it in a Travis Scott song about having all of Pharrell's chains and melting them down and whatever. It looks like Pharrell is shooting back. Pharrell's like, I've seen enough and I've had enough. Time to shoot back. So he's taking a little shot. He's basically, you know, stepping inside saying, look, I'm on whole side, you know, with the whole Drake and Jay-Z thing. I try to stay out of it, you know, because I'm a fan of everyone. I'm a fan of Drake. I'm a fan of Hove. I'm a fan of Pharrell, Clips, all of them. So I try not to get in the middle of it. But I mean, it's a music business. So you're gonna have beefs, you're gonna have disagreements. And at this point, Pharrell's saying, look, I've had enough. I've seen enough. I'm shooting back. I'm defending myself. And, you know, Jay-Z, I'm making you the champion and I want you to kill them all. And he said, you know who I'm talking about. So it's no secret who he's talking about. I don't know how this is going to go with the, I don't know how this is going to bowl well in the Drake thing. I don't know if Drake's going to respond. I don't know. You know, I think Drake made his point on Iceman about how he feels, you know, saying the jig is up and I'm taking the 500K. I'm not taking the dinner. I can't learn nothing from none of y'all. Drake has made his claim on where he's going to stay at. And he's saying, look, I'm good. I'm good over here. Y'all stay over there. And that's where we're going to leave it at. Pharrell's coming through and saying, look, that's where we leaving at as well. I'm with it with you with. So it's I don't want to say it's heating up. I don't know if Drake wants to go into another you know, I wouldn't recommend another real beef right now, especially, you know, Drake just dropped his album, everything's going well. Iceman was #1 for about 4 weeks, I think, 4 to 5 weeks maybe. And it's still on charts. Janice, Shut the Fuck Up, is still going good. You know, I don't know if he's rushing to jump into beef like that. But anyway, night 3 was great. Started out with some chaos. Everybody got in safely. Saw a bunch of clips. Looked like a great concert. Like I said, I watched most of it on a live. It was great. Now the question is, what's next? Is Jay-Z gonna drop an album? Is he done? He did the 30-year anniversary Reasonable Doubt, 25-year anniversary for I don't know why I keep wanting to say Takeover, for Blueprint, and here we are. What's coming next? Is anything coming next? I don't know. Do I want a new Jay-Z album? Of course. I always want new Jay-Z music. I want to hear how he's feeling and what he has on his mind at the age of 56, I believe. So I'm very interested in that. I always want a new Jay-Z album. I love music, so I always want new music. Always interested in hearing new music. So it remains to be seen at this point. Drake drops Iceman. Jay-Z comes out and does his 3 nights and his 30-year and 25-year anniversary. What's next? I don't know. We'll find out. I want to say that was pretty much it for today. Obviously, it's a short stream, but gonna be live streaming every single day around 1 p.m. So, and then I'll post the clips from that if you haven't seen it. Obviously, I'll leave these lives up. Like I said, I got new music coming out from the Daymar Music Fam. New song dropping this Friday. Papa Penny and Pesos Pennies, 10 out of 10. We're also going to be doing a live performance on Spade TV. So once that goes up, I'll shoot it out to everybody. Make sure everyone can see it. Make sure you follow me on all the socials. I left my links in below. Follow me on the socials. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Thank you to everyone who watches the video. Thank you to everyone who watches the lives. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I'm Papa Penny, run an independent label. They run Music Family, building it, showing everything from the bottom, showing everything from the entry level, bottom to the top. I did want to say that we do have shirts on sale, $20. So you can go on our website. The website is down below here. It's going across on the ticker. It's $20. Ship it out to you. Right now, we just have it in black. Any size you need, just let us know, and we get it sent out to you. So this support goes to running the label and making sure we stay up and running and get to where we are we make the big three a big four. So I want to make sure I document everything. Everything's on my YouTube channel and across all my socials so everyone's able to see it. Anyway, thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for watching. It's Papa Penny. I will catch y'all tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow.